What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the 740 Sports Show. Bub!
Yeah.
Episode 13.
Yep, I'm glad you remember.
I remembered this time. And we've got long-time brother Bub. We say it like it's a cult or something.
Yeah.
Like, Brother Bub.
Brother Bub.
Yeah,
Brother Bub. Thank you for
Cousin
joining.
Kyle.
Thank you for joining the show,
Yes.
Brother Bub. Well, long time, 30 years worth of Bub. Thank you for joining us. Happy Monday.
You're
And
welcome.
Brown, long time, great friend and groomsman.
Yeah.
Wow, what a time!
Former teammate.
What a
too.
time! Former teammate.
What's going on?
How are you, man?
Fantastic.
I know that you're just.
Happy to be
There
here.
we go. There we go. We're happy to have you. Well, happy Monday to you as well, sir. We've got quite the episode planned for the
Yes.
folks. We had quite the weekend, Bub. We
Friday,
kicked off
Saturday, and Sunday.
Friday. That's when the weekend is, and we kicked off Friday at a rainy Alumni Stadium. Brown, were you there?
No. I was
Don't
not.
worry, because you'll have another week, which we'll get to. But we were there. It was raining.
Yes, it was.
It was fun.
It was misty.
It was
well, at
towards-
times misty.
towards the end of that first half.
oh,
there,
it was pouring mud.
the kids were like, "Hey, we're going to get sick," and I was like, "Hey." I probably agree with that. So we went down. We were supposed to maybe see if we could weasel our way onto the field after the game, maybe throw the ball around. And that
you
didn't
weasel in?
that didn't happen. We ended up, we got the newborn out of the rain. So, or the 1-year-old, I should say, out of the rain. So we compromised, went down, shook some players' hands,
Yep.
Bub, and
yeah, kid loved that.
kids ate that up. That was a lot of fun.
Did Jackson get any? No Jack?
I don't
Did
know. I don't know. I think he was keeping his hands to himself.
Yeah, he was pretty like burrito.
He was ready to be home in the dry. But we got some handshakes, Bub.
Yeah.
Coach T
Yeah, we had a coach
in the flesh, mustaching all.
I
What a
usually see him on the
time!
golf course.
Yeah, does he shake your hand like that on the golf course?
Absolutely.
Because that was
Anytime
a
you see him-
firm
yeah.
handshake
Oh, yeah.
from Coach T.
I felt like a little princess.
I love a
I
good.
was like, God dang.
I love a good handshake from
Oh, I
Coach
know.
T. Man, got me fired up. And then Coach Hall even stopped us and spoke
to
with
him
us
a little bit.
for a few. So that was fun. So just enjoyable all the way around. Hated
Yeah.
that we had to get out of there early, but we were chomping at the bit, Brown.
Were you?
We were, because we were ready to move to next week, where the Ironmen are going to take on Marietta, which we're going to get to. But we're going to give the Ironmen their moment. Bub, third time in a row, outright FAC champions
Yeah.
for the Ironmen. So nice
Yeah,
round of
actually,
applause for the
little
Ironmen.
golf clap.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for joining. Wow.
Sensitive.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. So 3 in a row. That's a tough feat, man.
Yeah,
Any conference.
just kind of running that league.
Yeah, that's it's a lot of fun, and passing it too. We're passing it too.
Yeah.
So get it, football thing.
I got it, yeah.
It was a banger.
Yeah, it was fun. And another performance by Cade. And we've said what we've wanted to say about this, about his performances game in and game out. We're going to move it on though. Vote for Cade.
Yeah,
Gridiron Glory Player of the Year candidate, Brown.
Really?
Well worthy of
Absolutely.
Gridiron Glory Player of the Year.
Yeah. I agree.
You're
Okay.
gonna have
Wow.
it.
Thanks, bro.
I'm going to keep it short. I agree.
Keep it
I
short,
agree,
man.
yeah.
I love it. Hey, just happy to be here.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm super stoked for this. I think he's got a pretty good shot, man. Anyone you talk to about Jackson Ironmen football right now, they bring up his name first. But
Brown just sounded like he was like reading through like the license agreements. Oh, I agree.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
the user
I
terms
mean,
and agreement. Oh, I agree.
Every time you ask my opinion of him, I say the same thing. He's a special player, and
Yeah.
it's a broken record at this point. So you know
It
what?
doesn't have to be a broken record. Just vote yes to Cade.
Yeah.
I agree.
Gridiron Glory Player of the Year. I agree. All right. So make sure that you get your votes out for Cade. And be sure to get your votes out for the
It is
Ironmen.
voting season, so
It is.
in
And-
Ohio. At
Yeah.
least. I don't know about other states how they vote. I couldn't really care any more or any less.
Yeah.
Continue.
All right. We won't discuss issue 2 with Bub. College football Saturday. A lot of fun. Buckeyes. Penn State.
Yeah.
Boy, was this a banger of a game, Bub.
A lot of people predicted the defense would show up.
Yeah.
And for the most part, they did.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
was it, 20-14 or 2012? Some weirds.
I think it was 12.
12.
I think it was 12. Yeah, I didn't think it was a traditional
No, it was a
score.
very weird score.
Yeah, stifled the Penn State offense, man. And a lot of people were really high on that Penn State offense, myself particularly, I felt like their offense had made several splashes throughout the season. Dual threat quarterback, has given Ohio State problems traditionally. But man, dude, defense took it to a different level on Saturday.
Yeah, this is kind of the second year in a row that Ohio State's defense has kind of shown up against Penn State, particularly them, because DTT or DJT, the DN, had a great game last year, and this year he showed up again.
Yeah.
So they kind of just know how to scheme against him and shut that offense down.
Yeah. James Franklin, 1-9 against the Buckeyes in the last 10 years. What a stat there.
Yeah, and I mean, 5 years ago, we were probably talking about him being a top 5 coach, maybe 6 or 7 years ago, whenever he got that big contract agreement.
Right. Yeah.
He just can't get over the hump of Ohio State and Michigan.
Can't get through it, man. He just never really feels like the guy to get Penn State over that hump and through those bigger teams in the conference.
Yeah, they remind me of what I used to say about Georgia whenever Alabama was so dominant.
Yeah,
they just couldn't get over Alabama. So then, every year you were just like, okay, Georgia's not going to do anything.
Right.
Well, but then they finally did.
Well, what that's done for the SEC since then, right? Making those two teams kind of the marquee teams of the SEC. That matchup so much fun to look forward to every year. So hoping the Ohio State Penn State continues to be that. The atmosphere on Saturday looked nuts, man.
Yeah. CJ Stroud was in the city of Columbus. He was on game day talking really good as an analyst.
Yeah. Brown, Marvin Harrison, better at football than you are.
Maserati.
I'll concede to that. Yeah. He's pretty good.
He was on Saturday anyway.
Yeah.
Saturday. Played out of his mind. Do you have numbers for me on Marvin?
I think he went 11 for 162, if I recall correctly.
By that means he's going to look it up, and then
that's that's fine. I'd rather have Bubba. This is what the Google is for. Bubba's that old teacher that's like, no, kids, you'll never have
use
a calculator in your
pocket.
Yeah, exactly.
No, absolutely.
Exactly.
Right, get off Bub's lawn, kids.
Exactly. All right. He went 11 for 162 and a tutty.
Wow, what a time.
Good stats, Andrew.
What recall, Andrew. Marvin Harrison balled, hands down the best receiver in the country. Is Marvin Harrison the best receiver in Ohio State history?
Yeah. Well, he was second for the most 100-yard receiving games in Ohio State history behind David Boston.
Yeah.
And, I think we can all agree if he stayed and played another year, he'd shatter that.
Right.
Because he was only 3 games behind.
Right. Well, and take into account, too, the difference in eras, the difference in styles, and,
Yeah, but Marvin Harrison's going to stay for 3 years.
Correct. Yeah, you can counterbalance those things, too. Yeah. But, I think of Chris Carter as well, another big receiver in Ohio State history. And I'm like, man, he's, when you think of Ohio State receivers, he's who comes to mind. And for a lot of people, that's going to be Marvin Harrison Jr. going forward.
Yeah, he's going to be the best Ohio State wide receiver that they've had.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think Penn State's defense would agree after the numbers that he put up on Saturday. That was not
Hartline.
Yeah.
Hartline is such a good receivers coach.
Yeah. He's doing a great job.
Unreal.
Yeah, doing a great job. Afternoon games, Bub. Who'd you watch in the afternoon games?
Oh, gosh.
I had Tennessee, Alabama.
I did watch a little Tennessee, Alabama. Bama ran away with it in the second half, 27-0 second half, I believe.
Yeah. Yep.
Won me that bet.
I took Bama in that one.
You took Bama? Good.
I took Bama in that one.
I also took Bama.
Yep.
One of the upsets I had was Ole Miss going down to Auburn, but they competed. I think they lost by 7.
Yeah, that was
Auburn did.
Yeah, that was a good one. Justin and I were talking about UCF and Oklahoma.
That was such a crazy game. What is up with Oklahoma and they're just wild endings? Yeah. They can't just close a game out normally.
Yeah, it just feels like they're that team that just keeps people hanging around or lets people hang around for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of fun.
Makes for good TV, though.
It does, yeah. I'm not complaining. I love good football, and I felt like this weekend just brought a ton of really, really, really good football.
Mm-hmm. Florida State and Duke was another good one.
I know
that was a night game, but...
It was an evening game. That's the one that I fell asleep on. I did fall asleep at the end of this one, but woke up to a Florida State victory. I took Florida State in that one. So happy in that one as well.
USC, though...
USC got me.
Williams.
USC got me. USC hurt me. They were my dead leg in a 6-leg parlay.
Yep.
Air Force. They keep on keeping on for me, man. It's like my
Air
third
Force?
week in a row bet.
Hey, keep riding the Air Force train.
Yeah, so loving that one.
Okay, so I'm just gonna bring it up. This Caleb Williams, he's got to be out of the Heisman race.
He
right?
cannot win the Heisman.
Not with 2 losses.
No, I mean
you're not competing for a national title.
When was the last one that did it?
When's the last?
Has it been done?
What?
A national title, 2 loss ever? No, right?
I don't know. Not in recent years.
Yeah.
You've got to be.
Here's why he's out for me. Here's why he's out for me, Bub. A few weeks ago, you and I sat on the show after a Friday evening game between Oregon State and Utah. Yeah. This one was in Corvallis against Oregon State, or in Oregon State. And it was 21-7, I think.
Yeah,
Oregon State
that was
dominated.
The final. Yeah,
right?
I took Utah.
Oregon State dominated. And Caleb Williams just lost in that same fashion. Home game against Utah.
Yeah.
Because you weren't impressed by that Oregon State victory.
No,
right?
not at all.
So how bad does it look, a home loss to Caleb Williams? How bad does that hurt his draft stock? Forget Heisman. He's super talented. Don't get me wrong.
Got the talents. He can learn the.
Well, there's some other things coming out about Caleb Williams, Bub.
Yeah.
He's wanting ownership in a team.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that? I don't know. I mean, he'll be the trendsetter, I guess. NBA does it.
Do you think that actually will happen?
Absolutely
There's
not.
no chance.
No.
Zero. Can I go below 0?
The NFL.
No.
The NBA is a completely different ownership culture than the NFL.
Yeah, the NFL is no fun.
That's a mesh point of like the NFL is not going to allow any sort of Jackie Moon singer. You're like a coach player. Yeah. Otherwise, Pat Mahomes would be like.
100%.
Well, they would just restructure his contract immediately.
They'll
do anything for that man in Kansas City.
Yeah, they will. It's pretty crazy.
As they should.
As they should. Yeah, we're going to get to Kansas City, too, because I don't know if you guys know this or not, but there's a connection in Kansas City.
Oh, my God.
And I'm losing my mind over it. Rob would be.
Yeah,
we're going to keep talking college football.
Yeah, let's get back to this USC Caleb Williams Heisman talk. Because I do want to talk about kind of his opponent in the Heisman talk, Michael Penix Jr.
Yes.
He had a not so good game as well, winning 15-7 against Arizona State.
Well, he's not the favorite right now.
Who is the favorite now? Is it Daniels from Oklahoma?
No, it's the Michigan quarterback.
Really?
J.J. McCarthy? Yep.
Which I could see that.
Yeah, he's the favorite right now, which intrigues me. Because I don't know what his numbers. I need to look at his numbers. I need to watch him play one full game. Because I just flip back and forth with Michigan. They're pummeling everybody. They're entertaining for 2 quarters, and then the game just gets out of hand, and I turn it off.
Yeah.
So I need to really watch his game.
Well,
and watch him against a big opponent.
The thing to me is, and I mean, Vegas obviously knows what the heck they're doing, but Penix has the good win against Oregon. However you say his last name, Penix.
You guys all right?
Is it Penix? I don't know. He has a good win against Oregon.
Levis.
I mean, I think he's
Roads.
I don't know.
A box.
No, I'm sorry. Here's what I'm laughing about, because I keep thinking of Desmond Howard on College Game Day, just yelling "Big Penix Energy" outside of. Did you guys not see that?
No, I didn't see it.
He was just on ESPN yelling "Big Penix Energy."
Didn't see that.
No.
I just every time you say it, that's what I think of. I'm not being immature. I kind of am, but
no, you are.
Yeah, sorry. Back to the Washington quarterback.
Yeah.
I almost, so I know you've been super high on him for 3 or 4 weeks. You actually a wager on his on his future on the Heisman. So he's definitely still in the running. I mean, a victory, a tough victory. You can't blow everybody out. Like, I don't care how good your team is, you're not going to blow everybody.
Yeah.
We're never going to get past this. You can't blow everybody out of the water week in and week out, especially in conference. It's like divisional games in the NFL. Like, your opponent just knows you too well. And it's like coaching volleyball at Rio. We knew our conference opponents so well from the years before, 2 years before, 3 years before, and those things translate. So, that's kind of my take on a lesser victory for the Washington Huskies over the weekend. I digress.
Yeah. On to the next fun little thing.
All right, here we go. We're just going to move forward here. Actually, I'll tell you, hey, you still like your Michael Penix or whatever on the Heisman?
Yeah.
Still rolling with that? You got a Heisman favorite?
I don't. No.
All right.
Marvin Harrison? Can I
mean,
what's the odds on that?
No.
Probably not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, Devontae Smith just did it like 4 years ago.
The problem with him is he doesn't have the offensive structure at quarterback, unfortunately. I want it to continue to happen. I just don't know that he's going to get consistent play from that position. I hope so. I'd love it. I'd love it.
Yeah.
Well, moving on. Boys and girls. NFL Sunday. Did you watch any football, Bub?
Yeah, I watched a few of the noon games.
You did. I see. You got
I even took notes.
I love that from you, Bub. A+ for homework. Bub gets gold star.
Yeah. Really nice.
Where's your notes?
Relying
on the box.
You've just got his phone.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Sorry.
Interesting. Well, as long as you watched football and as long as you
I did, yeah.
you understand the landscape of how fun NFL Sunday was, Brown.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You're going to be just fine.
Yeah, I'll be good.
What did you think of NFL Sunday, Bub? What perked your ears up? What did you enjoy?
The Patriots taking down the Bills.
Yeah.
Josh Allen just continues to throw interceptions this year. I believe he's leading the league in interceptions thrown.
This feels really bad for Buffalo, right? Like,
yeah, they just fall to 4-3.
Right.
To a 1-win New England team.
Yeah, but again, 2-5. Like your point, the divisional games.
Divisional games tough.
Always close.
Yeah,
true.
Games.
And this is.
So, if this was an outer
New
division
England
game,
too, wasn't it?
Right.
I would be more upset about it. But
it's just a game in the playoff, like in your playoff head, getting the 1 seed or the 2 seed. You don't want to drop a game to the 1-5 New England Patriots.
That can't throw the ball.
You got to compete against the Chiefs, who are still dominating.
Forget competing against the Chiefs. You got to win that division, right? You got Miami playing out of their minds.
I mean, yeah.
And so it's you can't be losing games that you shouldn't. I don't think Josh Allen's playing great.
Jets are still 3-3 as well.
Yeah. It just feels concerning to me. Like, it just feels concerning. I don't know why. It just feels like they can't beat the teams that they should beat, like in the big games, in the big moments. They just can't get it done. I don't know.
I mean, they did take Miami down earlier in the season.
Sure.
In a pretty 3-score fashion.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Allen just got to figure it out.
Yeah.
He's got to become more consistent in the passing game. Can't throw those interceptions.
Yeah.
Stefan Diggs looks good still. Gabriel Davis is still looking good. He's got a 2-headed monster with Dawson Knox and the tight end.
Dalton Kincaid.
Dalton Kincaid, yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So the weapons are there.
Yeah. Yeah, they've definitely got the offensive firepower. It just seems like he's just a gunslinger, man. I mean, he very well may be that quarterback that gets a Super Bowl ring once because he goes on that hot streak 3 or 4 games late in his career, kind of like the Brett Favre Super Bowl, right?
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I mean, Aaron Rodgers Super Bowl. I mean, well, Aaron Rodgers
also
had other situations.
He's had multiple MVP.
Right. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers.
He's a gunslinger.
Aaron Rodgers, gunslinger. In the Super Bowl reason or Super Bowl run,
Aaron Rodgers is a gunslinger.
Yeah,
he just makes good decisions while he's slinging it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Josh Allen has been making some pretty horrid ones.
Correct. Yeah. Definitely got to figure it out if the Bills look to be a contender in the AFC. The Chiefs, on the other hand, I think look great. I think they're playing really good football right now. I know that they got off to a little bit of a slow start, but here lately, Bub, they've been playing some swift football.
Okay, so the Chargers.
We can talk about the Chargers, but they lost to the Chiefs.
I know, but you just mentioned Taylor Swift, so I'm gonna, go that way.
Okay, fair enough.
The Chargers, I thought this was a pretty dire game for them to win, sitting at 2-3.
Yeah.
And they just dropped another one, get a 2-4. Herbert still can't figure it out in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
That's been his struggle.
Yeah.
Chiefs, Travis Kelce looks really good, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I know at least one other person who thinks that. As quarterback. Definitely loving the play that he's getting from his tight end right now. Personally, Bub, all good things. Andy Reid's loving life as a Chiefs coach, even.
Yeah, even his commercials when he's talking about the little nuggies. Remember? He's telling
here we go again. Get back to the ham and cheese sandwich.
Explain that to me again with those nuggies over there. You not seen that commercial?
No.
I think it's a State Farm commercial.
That's amazing.
You'll have to watch it.
How is Pat Mahomes getting everybody into these State Farm commercials?
I don't know, but Pat Mahomes is all over the internet. Any commercials, he's doing a lot right now.
Yeah. Well, his wife is also doing a lot. She has a handshake with Taylor Swift.
Oh my God.
It's incredible, Bub. Have you seen it?
Nope.
Do you want to?
Nope.
All right. Well, I'll show you after this.
I don't even watch NBA handshakes, so.
Why?
They just do a lot of handshakes in the NBA, so I don't watch those either.
He just waits until like after the tip off. He's like, okay, now I'm watching.
Yeah, it's just, I don't give a damn about a handshake.
And he really hated the campaign Westbrook era where they would televise their literal pregame handshake, and Bubba's like,
I know. I don't just think to watch, and I wouldn't go back in time to watch a handshake.
Oh. I like a good handshake. Hey, Brown. Hey, go get him, guys.
Go get him.
Yeah. Hey, love a good handshake, Bub.
Yeah, live in the moment, no?
All right. Hey. Well then, Bub. Back to the Chiefs. They got a big win, and another big win in the afternoon realm, Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Pittsburgh Steelers, baby.
Yes.
Traveled to the Rams. Mm-hmm. Got a win on the road. Wasn't pretty. It never is. But stifled a pretty good Rams offense. An offense that's been at least putting up points against some pretty good opponents.
Yeah, the receivers are amazing. I figured they would throw for a lot.
Yeah.
And we would have a hard time stopping them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I thought that they would actually put up a lot more than what they did.
Yeah.
Thank you, TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith.
Yeah, TJ Watt had a little pick,
JPJ, Minka. These guys were amazing. So, yeah.
Yes and yes. It was a super... Matt Stafford never looked comfortable at any point in that game yesterday. And I'm going to sort of contradict myself here. I've been kind of high on Matt Stafford. Personally, I don't think the guy gets the respect he should get. He's a Super Bowl champion who beat, obviously, a really great Bengals team who had one of the greatest runs to get to the Super Bowl, maybe ever. Mm-hmm. And still didn't get the respect. Right now, he's third in the league in passing. And he did that without Cooper Kupp for a portion of the year. Puts Puka Nacua on the map. Yeah. And, just here we are. He's still doing it. He did the same thing in Detroit. He's consistent, man. I mean, when does Matt Stafford get the credit that he needs or the credit he deserves? He's got to start getting wins.
If he
you can't be 3-4. He should have probably beat Pittsburgh before I start having this conversation. But I say that having said this. You got a loss to the Niners, you've got a loss to the Eagles, and you've got a loss to Cincinnati at Cincinnati.
Yeah.
3 pretty good losses, if there is such a thing. You got a win on the road against the Seahawks.
I think they're playing pretty damn well because I thought they were going to be a team that wasn't even going to have a shot of sneaking
the exactly.
Yeah. I thought, as soon as you see the Cooper Kupp injury, he's on IR, he's going to be out for 4 weeks. Right. I thought, okay, they're shutting it down.
Right.
I mean, Stafford with his injury history, let's kind of keep him,
right.
roll him out there for a few weeks and then have Stetson play the rest of the year out. Yeah, I thought they were going to be terrible, and they're actually playing really good ball.
Right. Well, not to mention they got they got Kyron Williams, who's 7th in the league in rushing right now too. Yeah. So I mean, it's not like that Matt Stafford's just getting a bunch of pass yards because he's getting a ton of volume throwing the ball. I mean, they've got a decent ground game too.
Yeah.
So
he's
I like
on
Matt
IR
Stafford
for 4 weeks, but when he comes back, I mean, he's been great.
Right.
Yeah.
Bub, I know you've got some thoughts on Matt Stafford maybe as well here.
I can tell you about if he wanted more respect, he has to kind of beat Patty, right? Like, it just seemed like if he beat Patty instead of Joe in the Super Bowl, everybody would be having a lot more respect for him.
I don't think he's that disrespected, honestly. I mean, there was pretty good justification behind it whenever he was at Detroit, and they weren't really winning any playoff games, or making it deep into the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, for me, it's like you gotta at least, if you're not gonna win a championship, you better start running the table in playoffs.
But his first year out of that situation, he won a Super Bowl, correct?
Yeah. True.
Yeah. So he improved it.
Right, he improved it, yeah.
Brown's saying
I thought it was justified up until that point.
Nobody's really discrediting him.
Yeah.
No, it's not that he's not being discredited. No, it's not that he's being disrespected. It's just he's not getting the respect, right? Like, why is he not being mentioned with Josh Allen?
Yeah, or getting feared,
Right,
yeah.
Right. Like, if he had the overall roster talent that the Bills do, okay, maybe you start being a little bit more high. I don't know. Just my thoughts on the Matthew Stafford situation. Personally, I'd probably take him over Josh Allen right now, man. Josh Allen's the bigger arm, but Matt Stafford's doing a lot of really good things. Unfortunately, he's got horrible matchups for right now. If I had 1 year, absolutely. If I could take one quarterback and put them on the Buffalo Bills, I'd take Matt Stafford.
I wouldn't go there, but...
One quarterback. If I got to get...
No.
I would, man. I would. I think that he can give you what you need. They've got a solid enough running game. Okay, so let me ask this. Would you say that the Rams team that won the Super Bowl was a better team than the Bills?
I mean, yeah, since they won the Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did they have a better constructed roster than the Bills do right now?
Probably close.
That's what I'm saying. It's probably close, but that's exactly what the point that I'm making.
And plus, Cooper Kupp was so special that year. I mean, that was literally an MVP year from him. And
Aaron Donald was still just
why do you
MVP
think Cooper
Bobby
Kupp
Wagner
was that
was
special?
there.
Oh, I mean, I know, but I'm just saying, like, still, you got to factor in the route running, the talent he has to help get the separation to make the passes easier.
OBJ was balling.
So yeah, I mean, he had a great first half till he got hurt. Like it just
and that's
they had
kind
a
of
ton
when
of
the
talent.
offense slowed down.
Yeah,
What's
they had
that?
a lot of talent.
Whenever OBJ got hurt in that game.
Absolutely, it is. Yeah, absolutely. Nonetheless, I think Matt
Jalen
Stafford
Ramsey.
deserves more credit. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
As we move forward here, Bub, do you have any other NFL stuff you'd like to get into? Because I know that we're about to the halfway point of not only the show.
I feel like we're a little over the halfway point.
Bub's like, man, we've been doing this a while.
I didn't know we were doing it this long.
We are roughly to the halfway point
Yeah.
of the season.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's go ahead and talk about some of where we stand on our predictions.
Some of the division winners.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
yeah.
So,
Love this.
I believe it was episode 3.
He remembers
3
that
or 4.
episode.
Wow.
Number. Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember it, honestly. But it was the first episode with Brown, and we predicted division winners.
Yep.
And we're at week 7.
Yeah.
After tonight, week 7, or whatever the heck it is.
Yeah.
And I have our predictions here.
All right. How goes it, Bub?
So, we're going to start with the North. We all took the Bengals.
Yeah.
And they are currently in last.
Yeah.
But they have had their bye week. And
A chance to regroup.
yeah. Still, they probably have looked like the worst team in the division so far.
Yeah.
I think that's very fair, but there's
agree.
obviously it's a 5-win Ravens leading the top, and they still got to go through the division
I
again.
had
We'll see
them
how
in
it comes
last.
back at the end.
I
Yeah.
had them in last. Not a great week for me to,
yeah.
you know.
Sure. Yeah.
So let's move on to the AFC East.
Yeah.
This is where Brown took the Bills to win,
Yeah.
and me and you took the Jets.
We did.
And the Dolphins are currently leading at 5-2.
Hey, I'll make.
The Jets are 3-3, though. We still got hope.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
If
Aaron
you would've-
Rodgers, get him to the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers coming back, duct taping that Achilles
Still
back
not,
up.
yeah.
They're not
gonna be
duct
playoffs
taping
winning.
it. He's going to smoke something and it's going to reattach.
Yeah.
So who do you think wins the AFC East?
Dolphins.
Yeah, in fairness,
yeah,
I
man.
was on the Dolphins side, but it was
Oh,
it
picked
was,
the
it
Bills.
was the
I
fact
know,
that
you
I
picked
picked
the
the
It
Bills.
says Bills.
I picked the Bills purely
Bubba,
because
I talked to
I
you
think
about-
Brown thinks you wrote
purely-
down the wrong team is what I think.
No,
I'm saying.
he took the Bills. I pulled it up and see.
No, I definitely did take the Bills. It's
Okay,
just
then
to,
you were wrong
indictment.
just now. Then is what you're saying. Okay.
So
am
I
wrong,
would
yes.
also, right now, I would also take the Dolphins.
Yeah, I would too. Yeah, halfway point, we're changing it.
The AFC West, we all took the Chiefs,
taking
and
the
I think
Bills?
none of us would change that, right?
I'm taking the Chiefs.
Yeah, we're all
Yes.
cool with the Chiefs winning.
Who is second?
The Raiders at
The
3-4.
Raiders at 3 and 4 are second.
That is a
division.
piss poor division.
Oh, there is the word. Bubs won.
So,
Sound the alarm.
the AFC South. This was one we kind of had all jumbled up.
man,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh man, me and Brown both took the Titans, who are sitting at 2-4.
Okay.
Are they
and
last?
Eric took
Yep.
Jacksonville, who was sitting at 5-2, leading the division.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So Titans not looking good.
Yeah, Texans could have something to say about that too. If they start to click, they're coming off a bye too.
Yeah,
if
get
I'm
straight
not
off the
mistaken.
bye week. Let them keep slinging it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now we're going to jump into the NFC.
Okay. This was a toss-up.
We're going to start with the NFC North,
Yeah.
and Brown took the Lions,
Yeah, great.
who are
pick
sitting
there,
at
Brown.
5-2.
Amazing pick.
The
Yeah.
Vikings.
Well, yesterday it didn't look like it.
The Vikings were selected by Eric, who are sitting at 2-4,
Okay. Wow.
tied for second with
Yeah.
the Packers, and I took the Bears, who were 2-5. They have the same amount of wins.
Why'd you touch me?
Well, you scratched your ear, and I was just like, calm down.
Why are you touching?
NFC East, we all took the Eagles. I think we're all going to be cool with that.
Yeah.
Cowboys may have something to say.
Yeah, Eagles are sitting at 6-1. Cowboys at 4-2. I'm not really worried about the Cowboys
I'm not.
lapping the Eagles. We all took Sam Fram for the West, and they're still leading it.
Sam Fram.
Sam Fram.
Sam Fram.
Sam Fram.
I heard Sam Fram.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, well,
Right.
It's Sam Fram.
I'm pretty sure that Samuel Fram is going to win the UFC West. Go ahead.
And then the NFC South. You guys
I got
both took the Saints, who are sitting at 3-4, and I took the Falcons, who are leading at 4-3.
That's
Desmond
wild.
Ritter to the moon.
That's wild.
With Bijan,
Did
who
you see
got
the-
7
Did you
touches.
see?
Or 7.
Did you see Desmond Ritter's fumble in the end zone yesterday?
No, I saw him score on it.
He jogged to the.
Oh, yeah, I did
got
see
the ball
that.
knocked out of his left
Oh,
hand as he
really?
was jogging in. Like, I hate
Just
that
go.
happens once a year to somebody. Like,
Oh, yeah.
just get in the end zone, dude.
Yep.
So,
All right, so
that was
what
that.
you're saying is we know virtually nothing about the NFL.
we know a lot about the NFC South, the NFC East, the NFC West.
Okay.
Nothing about the North. Nothing about the East. The Chiefs are the Chiefs.
But
And Eric knows the Jags are going to win.
it's only the halfway marker. That's it.
Halfway.
Exactly. We're not even to the
Room-
halfway point. This is a
Halfway
little
point.
premature
Room to
one, but
improve. Or
It is.
not
It's a bit
improve?
early. It's a bit early, but nonetheless, it's the halfway point. But it's also spooky season. And
Yeah.
Bub, I got some scary statistics for you.
Okay,
here, buddy.
let's hear 'em.
I got some scary stats, Brown.
Okay.
Some stats that might blow your mind here.
okay.
All right. Let's see if you can help me guess these players here, Bub. All right. This one right here, Phantom, out of thin air for his team here. 49 catches, 509 yards, and 4 tutties for his new team. There's your hint. Brown looked at the answers already.
No, I saw one.
Yeah,
Just the
yeah,
one. Just the one.
yeah.
Just the one.
Oh, which
I'm
one?
trying to think. Oh, I can't.
Well,
I'm
this
gonna
one?
say it.
This
Yeah.
one? Yeah, what are you trying
Was
to
it this
think
one?
about?
Oh, okay. Is this one?
Which one?
No. Okay.
Any thoughts on this one?
49 catches, 509 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Pretty good numbers for his new team. Top 10 receiver, top 8 receiver. It's Adam Thielen.
Adam Thielen.
Adam
yeah.
Thielen of
I
the
can see
Carolina
that. Mhm.
Panthers. Complete phantom. Nobody talking about Adam Thielen going into the year,
Yeah.
really. No, other than hey, he's here now.
Mhm.
But man, he's making quite
Yeah.
a splash in Carolina.
Yeah,
man.
he's
Kind of like a guy like past his prime. Just ship him off from
Right.
the Vikings. Kind of like an afterthought, and
Right.
he's actually played really well.
Yeah, he's
Right.
like he could be a good wide receiver too somewhere, or
Yep.
just a good one.
Right. Yeah. So that's my phantom of the spooky season, Bub.
Oh, okay. Phantom
Yeah.
of the Opera. I
yeah,
get it.
yeah. You see what we're doing here?
Yeah.
All right. My next one, Bub. Kind of my zombie of the group, if you would.
I saw
Kind
this.
of my zombie. My comeback player, if you would. Currently leading the NFL right now. 2,092 passing yards. Led his team to a 5-2 start through 7 games. And when I say comeback, he had one of the most. You take DeMar Hamlin out of the equation,
Oh,
one of the most significant injuries we've seen on Monday Night Football.
is it Tua?
It's Tua. Yep. I
Is
think
that
he's
the
having a
one you
great
seen,
season.
Brown?
Yes.
Brown.
That's good because I got that one. So
All right. Well, I
Brown's
think he's
still looking at him.
playing out of his mind. Yeah, great. And then this might be the scariest ones of them all.
Okay.
Bub, when there's ghosts, you got to call somebody scarier than ghosts to get them away. I got Ghostbusters here.
Ghostbusters.
I got Ghostbusters here. 53% of passes they're allowing completions on, Bub.
Allowing completion.
Allowing completions on 53% of their passes. They have allowed under 900 pass yards. 895 pass yards through 6 games. And less than 100 rush yards per game. And they also have one of the fastest sacks from snap to sack in the league this year. 2.27 seconds.
I think I might have a guess.
I
on
do
who
too.
this is.
Yeah, who are you thinking on this one? You can say it.
Browns.
That would be my guess.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
Browns. It's the Browns. Yeah. Absolutely terrifying numbers. I mean, like, I can't imagine. Like, think about 2.27 seconds. You're sacked. Like,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And Myles Garrett had a human being on the ground that fast.
And how many reads do you have to go through?
Yeah.
None there.
Right.
Yeah.
You ain't got to worry about
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's a freak of nature.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
he's
it's unreal.
just
The blocked field goal yesterday was nuts.
the strip sack.
Yeah.
In the end zone.
Yeah.
What a high-scoring game, too, by the way.
Just
Yeah,
to
but
give
the
you-
defense still played like crazy.
Yeah,
I thought
they
the
made
Browns
turnovers.
yeah.
They made
Just
turnovers
to
they
give
needed,
you an idea of how good they are against the pass, the Cowboys are second with the pass yards allowed, and they're over 1,000.
Really?
Just over 1,000. So almost 200 pass yards less
Yeah.
than the Cowboys in second place. Through 6 games, that's unbelievable
That's
to
insane,
me.
yeah.
I mean, in today's passing, they've seen Burrow, Bub. Like, they've seen, I don't know who all they've seen, but I mean, they saw Purdy. Yeah, I mean,
Minshew though. Speaking of the Browns,
Yeah.
Minshew
yeah.
should be a starter.
He should be a starter
making it,
somewhere,
man.
yeah.
I mean, obviously he is right now, but as a backup. But
Yeah.
he should be somewhere.
I love that he's balling out in Indy. I mean,
He looked quick on those few runs.
Yeah.
Like he actually looked athletic.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's competent, for sure.
I personally, I love that Minshew's tying into all this. One of my favorite Halloween costumes.
Yeah, you
ever.
dressed like him today.
I guess so. Yeah. All right. I need to. Does he still do this? I haven't
Yeah,
seen him.
absolutely.
Does he still do
does.
that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe
Would
I need
be
to do it.
Minshew Mania
Do I need
without
to
it.
do it this year then?
Maybe.
Do we bring it back?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
bring
Do
it
we
back.
bring it back
Yeah,
for next
yeah.
week's
Pod.
episode?
Yeah.
We might. We
I'll have
might.
to do a costume as well.
Oh, who knows? Who knows? It might happen. Brown.
Brown next Monday.
Brown.
Yeah, I
Brown.
might have to.
Well,
Good
perfect.
costume?
Ooh, we might be onto something.
Yeah.
Well, before we go, we'll get to the Halloween-ish possibly episode. But before we do, Bub, Ironmen at home this Friday against Marietta.
Yep.
The Ironmen, the 4 seed, taking on a 13 seed Marietta, and Marietta, a couple of good wins, but tough loss or two for them. So
Yeah, somebody we're kind of familiar with, former SOAL team. So
yeah.
good to see them again.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. This is going to be a lot of fun. Do you have a prediction on this one for me?
I'm gonna
Bub?
say Jackson 49-7.
All right.
49-7. Oh, Price is right, y'all. I'll say 50-10.
50-10.
Jackson.
That's tough.
All right. Well, I personally love the Ironman in this one. We're going to roll. It's going to be packed. I'm looking forward to it. We've got some other special fun stuff coming up as a part of all of this week. What a time it's going to be. I got the Ironman. I got a big 42 on the scoreboard. And I got a 7 on the other side. And the only reason I'm giving them 7 is because we've seen Chillicothe, we've seen Greenfield. Playoff team might be a little different speed than we've seen. Maybe a little different level of execution. 7 could be a 14, but hey, as long as we don't put up any big mistakes, we're going to be just fine, baby. We're going to be just fine. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Brown, you going to be there?
I might be there.
Well, if you're there, sit with us.
I will.
Yeah,
All the cool
Absolutely.
kids are doing it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
Do it! Yeah! Do it! Yeah! Hey!
Yeah.
But guess
Excited
what?
to do it.
What?
Before we get to Friday, Iron Lady Soccer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm
Something
tired.
you're more familiar with,
something you're
Brown?
more
Yeah.
familiar with. Soccer realm. They're traveling to Zane Trace tonight, taking on Uniogo.
Oh, okay.
District semi. Hype.
Yeah.
Hype.
Good
For
luck to
Iron
them.
Lady
Yep.
Soccer.
Good luck.
We're rooting for you. And, man, what a dub that would be. Uniogo's a soccer school.
Oh, are they?
I probably. I feel like they are.
I have no idea.
I feel like they are. So,
Sounded good.
So yeah, it did, didn't it? It did. Uniogo might be a soccer school.
Yeah.
They're in the district semis, and I don't know if you know this, Bub, but we're a soccer school too. Jackson's a soccer school.
Okay.
Okay, cool. And we're also a football school, so looking forward to all of it. Thanks for joining. Thanks for tuning in.
I'll be here next time as well.
Not you, I meant them.
I know, but I'll be here too.
All right. Well, Brown.
Hey, but before they leave, basketball Tuesday.
Hey,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Brown, we almost forgot.
Yeah, he even dressed
Basketball.
up for
Hey,
it.
hey, thanks for the
got you,
reminder,
man.
Brown. Hey, yeah, we got basketball too. NBA starts tomorrow.
Yeah, should be some exciting stuff. Victor
Yeah.
debut.
Yeah,
Or
that's
is that tomorrow?
No.
Or
no, that's
Lakers
not tomorrow.
Nuggets.
Lakers
Lakers
Nuggets.
It's an early game.
That's
Yep.
a good game.
I'm looking forward to that.
Early as in.
Well, 7:30.
Okay,
And then
perfect.
for the 10 o'clock game, it is going to be the Suns at the Warriors.
Oh, okay,
Another
little
good game.
stuff.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Chris
that'll be-
Paul thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That'll be great.
that'll be fun. What are you most looking forward to going into the NBA season?
The Dame trade, I mean, is one of them for sure. You got to see how they all mesh together. And then obviously the Suns, whenever they pick up Bradley Beal after that trade.
Yeah.
That's going to be a nice little thing to go into. So,
Absolutely.
I mean, after all these trades and stuff, and then obviously Victor is the prize of everybody wanting, I can't watch enough of him. So it's going to be great.
I love
can't
what
wait.
I'm seeing, like, the practices, like how people are changing practice for this guy. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait for Wemby. The Dame trade's going to be insane. But Chet, I don't know if you know this or not, but Bubba's a big Chet fan.
Could be the rookie of the year this year. Him or Victor.
Yeah, it's going to be. Watching those two go head to head too is going to be silly, man. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Brown.
Yes.
I am Bub. If it's okay with you, I'm going to go ahead and promote Brown real quick.
You're good.
Okay, Brown. I would like to promote you.
Oh,
to senior basketball person.
Okay. Wow. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So Brown is going to be our senior basketball person, and he's going to help us with all of our NBA stuff going forward. So congratulations
Quite
on the promotion.
Privilege.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you.
So Brown, congratulations.
Hey.
And everyone else, thanks for watching. It's been fun. Bub, you got anything else?
No, I'm good for the week.
All right, Bub. You're not getting promoted, but hey, you're doing great.
Yeah.
Brown, congrats on your promotion, man. Do you have anything for us?
No, I'm just happy to be here.
Hey! Happy you're here, man. Well, as always, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on the 740 Sports Show.
Bye.